I'm actually just getting upset thinking and looking at these door panels. I will set these things on fire. Today I'm going to explain to you what went wrong when I built the door panels for my white Silverado, why they're not in, and with no matching sandals and 2 different kinds of socks.
All we like to do is get money.
My white Silverado that the door panels were supposed to go in. We still got to build some door panels, but today I'm going to explain to you what went wrong, what happened, and why, and what are we going to do to fix that. One thing I did not want to do was destroy my factory door panels, because if one day I wanted to go ahead and trade my truck in, I could just slap them back on, but I don't think that's going to be happening no more. So we're just going to go ahead and, mess these up, guys, completely up. So I'm making this video for you guys to learn and just me share my experience on what went wrong, what I didn't like, so when you guys go ahead and build your own door panels, you guys don't run into these issues. But let's go ahead and just sit back and admire, how good it would have looked. Those door panels sitting inside there, black vinyled up. It's sitting with the nice speaker grill mesh, whatever you want to call it, the screen. It was looking good, but I wasn't feeling it. I knew some people were going to feel it, but deep down inside I was not going to feel it, so why even put them on there if I'm not going to be happy with it at all. Well, the execution looks really good, but it was just looking too square, looking like SpongeBob. It just quite didn't do it for me, and it is basically forcing me to go ahead and rebuild new door panels and just mess up those right there. Although it doesn't even matter, because if you guys can tell, man, it is already broke. Like, that thing is broke. It just keeps getting worse and worse, so we actually got to fix it by building some new door panels. That's going to be the excuse. I am actually going to get into what went wrong that I feel here in a little bit, because I'm not about to turn my system up loud and fake that I'm enjoying it. So I'm just going to go ahead and just rebuild it. No biggie. You live, you learn, and we just got to work again. So while I was building it, one of the key things was that so we got our resin from my dad's job. He works at Yellowfins, where it's boat stuff, and he is a finisher, so he got the plug on getting us very good fiberglass resin. We get fiberglass resin by the gallon. Each gallon is like $80, but man, it is like the best resin that money can buy, and the best resin that's in the game. Man, these door panels were a complete disaster. I had got them for free, from some guy. He had totaled his truck, and then he asked me if I wanted to go ahead and keep the door panels. I told him okay. They just had so much bad work on it. I tried to go ahead and cut them out and do my thing to it. Although I did do my thing to it, you guys can see right here. But at the end of the day, there was just way too many problems with it, too flimsy, and we just stopped ourselves, and we're just going to go ahead and start off fresh. We ended up cutting a big section it out, and it just made the door panel just flimsy and weak. That was number one. Number two, once we actually started setting our rings on there and we actually fiberglassed on there, we went ahead and just to be anxious and to get them done, because we were rushing for a show. Never rush a project. I actually have went and got a cheaper MEKP hardener, which it was good, but it just didn't work good with the fiberglass resin that we have. Although a chemical is a chemical, I don't know, maybe the mixture wasn't right, maybe it was sitting in the counter for a long time, maybe so many factors come into play. No excuses are acceptable, but at the end of the day, it didn't do its job. You're fired. Head and cure right, and there were so many soft spots. Although behind the scenes, we actually took care of a lot of those soft spots, grinding it off back to the bare, resining it up, and then putting mat on it, and making sure that it's strong again. But that was way too many process that we had to take and do behind the scenes versus just getting it done right the first time and it being done. And I feel we're just going over and over and over, just fixing problems that we were having with the doors behind scenes. It just created the love that I was having for them, slowly to fade away, which is horrible. Who wants to have something in their vehicle or anybody that is not happy with it? If you're with a girl and you don't want to be with her, you can kick her to the curb. Trick or treat your ass up out of here. Same thing with anything car audio related or anything for your car, man. You work so hard to get that in your whip, and why even deal with it if it's not something that you want? So we're just going to go ahead and, build some new door panels. Why not? We have the time. We are actually on a crunch build for real, so we actually got to get to work, tomorrow. This is Sunday today, but tomorrow it's crunch time. This right here, what I'm about to show you, is what's going to, solve every single problem And this is what I'm talking about. And no, it's not mellow yellow. It is actually MEK, but my dad didn't write the P on it. You know, excuse him. But this is exactly what we need to go ahead and get our resin to actually kick in and do its job. But this is actually a special custom mix that my dad makes. It actually has a little bit of boosters, a little bit of reducer, and the MKP itself to go ahead and to give us that strong durability it's really supposed to, and not be that strong to the point where it like warps or, you know, unshapes what we're trying to do. The other door panel, we actually just cut a big section out, and then we just put a bottom platform from side to side on the door panel. But actually this time what we're actually going to do is we're actually just going to go ahead and lay fiberglass mat. So we're going to put our fiberglass mat. Once our fiberglass mat's set, man, we're just going to go ahead and we are going to fucking annihilate it with fiberglass resin and make sure it soaks up and it gets really strong at the end. Once the door panel is complete, because I'm actually going to just go ahead and start it off with the edge, I'm going to actually come back once the door panel is built. I'm just going to go ahead and slap a small, you know, thin layer of fiberglass mat along the edges, so it actually looks like it sits inside the door panel, you know, wrapping around the edges, but not too thick right here, because we still got to take consideration we got vinyl plus the thickness of the fiberglass, so it doesn't want to, you know, sandwich between here and you know, smudge this up or smudge this up right here. You know, we want nice looking door panels, and we want it to go ahead and just like sit inside there like if it's OEM. But the way that we are going to do it and the color that we are going to go with is going to change the whole look of this door and this truck, man, because we got some stuff popping for this. If you watched any of my other videos, man, you'll see that all the other door panels that I built, man, they've been with speaker rings. And for me to go ahead and build this and, you know, get off the topic of what I like to do in my style, it didn't work out for me. Never again will I do that. I'm just going to stick to what I love. If a customer requests this for me to build it on their cars, you know, so be it. But my stuff, you know, this is not what I like. But it doesn't mean, you know, the new door panels that we're not going to build something, you know, really awesome and incredible with it. You guys are just going to have to stick around, watch a few videos.
I'm like busy watching TV.
And watch the transformation of those door panels in that white Silverado come to life, man, as we get on these things this week, man, because it is crunch time. If you like car audio builds, if you like door panel builds, if you like car content, man, you are definitely at the best place right here at the Mousetrap Gang channel, man, because, man, we build some off-the-wall stuff. We're going to start getting into more, you know, exclusive builds coming up this year, man, so you're definitely not going to want to miss out on that, man. You know, so subscribe to the channel, drop some comments, let me know what you think about these ugly door panels. If we get 50 comments, 100 likes, I will set these things on fire. Both door panels, put some things on fire for you guys. Let's do 50 comments, 100 likes, and we'll get it done. And so I hope you guys have a good Sunday. Hit that like, subscribe, drop some comments, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow because we are getting to work.